going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today is going to be a hodgepodge of all kinds of stuff. We've got Luke's truck to work on, the GMC to work on, Dad's truck to work on, and also my 64. So just hopefully you enjoy it. It's just going to be kind of a chaotic video. We're just trying to hammer out a lot of small things that I didn't feel really made up a whole video on themselves. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to jump into Dad's truck first, get rolling on it. So one of our many projects we've got going on right now is my dad's 72. I did a little drop video on this thing. We ended up dropping it, I think, it's 6 inches in the rear because it's a flip kit. But whenever we let this thing down on the ground, the wheels didn't center up in the wheel wells like I liked it. I don't know, we ended up using my 66 GMC leaf springs on this truck because all the leaves ended up being broke on this thing, which for whatever reason all of the leaves on this thing were broke out of the stack. So I had to source those and we ended up getting drop springs, long story short, but it didn't really line up in the wheel well the way I liked it. So we're just kind of messing around today with getting this thing. I just drilled some new holes for this thing so we could scoot the rear end forward just a little bit, and I think it's going to be money. But one of the main reasons this truck is in the shop is because our drive shaft is rubbing, which you can see right there hopefully on the camera. So we're gonna cut a little bit here, hopefully clearance this thing a little bit. It's not a great spot to get into, unfortunately. Alrighty, I think that should be pretty good. Welcome back to Everything's Tweaked More Than the Crackhead on 2nd Street. We've got this bumper, I guess somebody has twisted it because our two mounts, you can tell they're definitely both drifted this way. So I've got our quarter power, I'm going to ram it over this way and then hopefully we can slip this thing right in. Alright, I'm just going to opt to take that bolt out. Let's get this thing out so we can try to straighten it the right way, I guess. Man, there's something way off going on. Well, one thing I see right off, this bracket's welded to the inside and this one's welded to the outside, so we're already shifting over that way. Oh man, I don't know how in the world this thing was ever even on this truck. I remember it being really tight, but dang. Alrighty, so in some point in this bumper's life, somebody has cut these things off and swapped them. You can see they've cut that. Well, I'm going to just undo exactly what they did. I'm just going to cut these and move them just like that. We need to move 1.5 inches, so pretty much need to just move half that distance to get that thing centered up, so I think this will get it. Alright, Leather, you're going to have to move faster than that, baby. It feels like it'll line up. Now just to get it up that high. Might be easier to bring the truck itself down to the bumper. Let's try that. Oh, well, that's great. Definitely not the most level situation. There we go. Looks like we need to come up on this side just a little bit. That's a little bit more level. Oh, hey, that ain't gonna be fun. Come back here. Woo! Got go away from us. That's pretty sweet. See if we can't get one side of this tacked up real quick. Alrighty. I like the way that looks, so let's make this side match it. Break out the handy dandy measuring stick somewhere here. Only got about 13 of them out right now. Found one. Let's call that 3 inches. Close enough. Alright, I'm pretty happy with that. There he is.
There you go.
Oh, cool. Texas gas.
I think you did, yeah.
Yeah, that's dope.
Did you ever figure out whether you're going to do carpet or vinyl in your truck?
Dad's here, and Luke.
I found all the components I need to convert my T5 last night.
Did you?
Yeah, about $200 for the parts that I ordered. So I got to open my transmission up and see if it's a world class or not.
Gonna have to get some more notching on Dad's cross member here. It's still rubbing a little bit, so we'll just clearance that a little bit more. Try to get this bed set on here. Alrighty, so we've got the bed on the 66 GMC, kind of a long awaited thing. Looks pretty sweet though. Luke is over here putting some sound deadener down. He's going to be installing some vinyl here before long. Looking pretty good, Luke.
Peace.
Alrighty, so Luke and I, we've got the vinyl all the way in this thing. What do you think about it, Luke?
Went in pretty good. Just got to do a little finish trimming. It's nice they gave us extra so we could move it and put it where we want it.
Always nice to have some extra. We're going to be putting his seat back in his truck. And I actually got a new seat for the GMC, which I haven't showed you guys except for if you watch the shorts. But we'll be getting this seat in directly.
God, I'd be sick if I went to put these on. They didn't fit.
Yeah, maybe should have tested it first. Run a little better.
what I was going.
Sweet. Pretty good, actually.
Huh?
Actually, it's pretty good. But it's in a spot that's got a bunch of meat, so we can. It's actually the spindle itself, so we can shave that way down. Really no big deal.
Oh, the spindle is what we're hitting?
Yeah, the caliper's clear and it's the spindle. So we can shave them down. So as you seen in that last little clip, we were trying to fit these front wheels on and it wasn't working. We're hitting on our drop spindles right here on the 15-inch wheels. So we're going to just trim around on this thing just a little bit. That way it'll clear. I just got a little tiger wheel here, flat disc, whatever you want to call it. So I'm just going to start slowly working this thing and see what we can do.
Yeah, I got to pull the glove box out to get to these couple back studs.
I think I got it.
Well, that didn't take much.
I'm going to take just a little bit more off to be safe. Alright, so like I warned you, this video is pretty much everywhere. We're just scrambling to get Luke's truck done. Been working on all this stuff, but we did finally get our slots back on this truck. As you've seen, had to clean up on the spindle just a little bit there. Wasn't too much shaving, but we did get it. Also, Luke yesterday, he did replace his heater core, got that all dialed. He also just knocked his grill and everything out, got his headlights. We pulled the switch, they're actually working. He's now working on the 2 upper running lights, so he's gonna knock that out, and I'm gonna jump into door seals. Since I just did mine on my 64, I'm gonna hop in there and get that done real quick.
Yeah.
So Luke's truck has made quite the transformation on the interior here. As you seen earlier, we got the rubber mat on there, got our new seals all the way around, and we got our plates. Luke's truck is looking really good and solid. On the inside, he got all the stuff he needed. He's now working on getting his intake. He's got a 2-barrel Offenhauser and then also a header we're going to be putting on this. I said 2-barrel Offenhauser. He's got a dual carburetor Offenhauser intake he's going to be putting on this thing. It'll be pretty sweet. I don't know if he's going to do that right off the hit or put the old manifold back on. We're just kind of playing around trying to figure out linkages and everything. So, making great progress on Luke's truck, but I can't end the video off without doing a little something to my 64. So let's go over here. So I've got this box from Speedway. And I've been looking around. I've been wanting to do a different steering wheel on this old truck. And I came up with this like old Moon Eye replica. So we're going to install this real quick on the 64. Alright, so I'm not exactly 100% in love with it. That red on that orange kind of clashes in my opinion. So we may end up going with a different color, just keep this thing around, but I definitely like this style steering wheel. And I like it, it's a little bit smaller than the factory wheel now that we have power steering, so definitely gonna think on that. Let me know down below what you think of it, but I think we need to go a different color, honestly. Moving on to my low car shifter, we're gonna change that old ugly black knob out right there for something a little bit more exciting. Alrighty, so our top handle here set up and I got it installed. So what this does on your low car shifter, originally you have, if I can find it, my daughter was in here, so she probably threw the handle somewhere. Anyway, you have a button up top and that's what you press in. This kit here from Low Car, it takes place of all that, which it is, I'll pop it up on the screen right here, the part number. But it takes place of that button by putting your shifter here. So you'll sit here, you press down on that, and then you can shift it. And see when that's depressed up, and you still got your detent. As far as the steering wheel goes, I went ahead, opted to order an orange one to match the truck. I just wasn't really feeling this red. I know yesterday I said something about that, but it's just not really, it's not doing what I wanted it to do. So hopefully this orange one, get that in and put it on, and I think it'll look pretty sweet. But I do have a place for this red one. I'm not going to say that just yet because it might be a project out a good ways. So, I know we've covered a lot. If you're still hanging in here, greatly appreciate it. As always, thank you so much for watching, subscribing, all that stuff. Means the world to me. So, hope you guys have a great week. If you're watching this and it's the weekend, get out there, work on your car, truck, whatever you're working on. Just make sure you enjoy it and have fun. See y'all on the next one.